All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
I'm Baddest.
And I know it's been a while since we've been on. Tony got sick, and we wanted to make sure that, because I was sick right before him, so we wanted to make sure that everybody stayed healthy. But
so when was the last time we actually did this?
This is 2 weeks, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. I think we skipped a week.
Okay.
Yeah. Because yesterday was Valentine's Day. So, yeah, we skipped a week.
Oh, Valentine's Day. What you guys do?
I worked.
Yeah, I worked, came home, made myself a
Valentine's gifts?
Made myself a dinner, bought myself a chocolate bar on the way home.
Why are you looking at me funny?
Gave myself a hug.
I was going to say, you didn't give your right hand something?
No, I turned off all the lights in the room, turned on some candles and shit. The fucking hand said it was tired, so I just went to sleep. But the last time we were in here, you told us about this dad joke moment that you fucking had. So if you could please remind everybody, because Sebastian wasn't here the last time too, when you said it, if you could remind everybody about your dad joke real quick.
Which one?
The guy was you were at Target.
Oh, okay.
And you told the guy.
Okay. Oh, hold on a second. Why are we doing this?
I'll tell you why in a minute. It'll all come together. You'll see.
Because it was funny, right? The joke? Okay, Seabass.
No, it was very much a fucking dad joke, dude. It was a fucking eye roller.
So, Seabass, I'm at Target, right? Mm-hmm. And the cashier checking me out, his name is Tony. He had
this isn't going to be good.
He had a name tag. So I wanted to, break the ice with him. I said, hey, wow, shit, how did it go? I know the what do you call somebody with an ankle? Oh, with no ankle. Toe knee. Get it? Toe knee?
Really?
That was my exact response.
And that's pretty much the guy's response too. But I wanted to tell him, my name was Tony too. That's just how I was gonna break the ice with him.
So he told him, "Oh yeah, my name's Tony too, because my name's Tony too." It was like, "Oh, $17.99."
Yeah, nice to meet you, Tony. Here's your total.
Yeah.
But come on, what do you call a guy with no ankle? Tony, get it?
There's a lot of other issues with that joke.
The funny part is how funny you fucking think you were.
Actually, I don't, but I just taking a step back from it. Yeah, I can see how it's funny overall.
Do you feel like you made the guy uncomfortable by telling him that joke? Like,
uncomfortable? No. I did expect a little bit of a response out of him, as far as it was kind of funny,
right?
Because I do think it's kind of funny. But, I'm not expecting him to slap his knee and be like, yeah, that was the funniest shit I ever heard.
Right.
But still, but he was like blank-faced.
What would you have done if he just like fucking fell out sarcastically though? Like, oh, ha, 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 ha. Hey, you guys should hear this guy. Ha, ha, ha. $17.99.
Fucking pulls the phone off the jack, puts it on intercom mode. Tell that to the store.
Well, that'd be fucking hilarious. Oh, my God. That'd be a great scene in a movie.
Yeah, that would be a Tony slapper.
Oh. Jesus Christ. So, I brought that up because, I gave you shit for having, like, a spectacular dad moment. Like, that's a total dad joke. Like, just one of those, like, eye-rolling, oh, my God, I can't believe he said that shit moment. And I brought it up because that within a couple of days of that happening, I think it was the Thursday because we recorded, I think, on Monday or Tuesday that week, and we'd had problems with the boys' sink, so I called the home warranty place to come out and take a look at it because I pulled that trap apart, like you said, cleaned it out, and the water still wasn't going.
Everybody prepare yourself because there's two versions of this story. The version this guy's about to tell you and the version how I heard it from my room. Go ahead.
So they sent somebody out to take a look at it and figure out what was wrong with it, right? And I also have the shower nozzle drips, right? So they sent out this girl. She had to be early 20s, maybe?
Yeah.
Barely in her 20s.
Seabass's age.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Cute little white girl. You know what I mean? Like,
Of course she was cute because she was white.
right. And I don't mean like cute, like damn, she cute, like cute, like oh look, they sent out a girl to check this out, right? So she does her job on the sink. She, okay, I got it cleared up. I got it fixed, whatever, whatnot. I got to run and grab a part for the shower. All right, cool. So when she comes back,
No,
was it before
it
that?
was before.
Was it?
Because I made the joke after because you did that. She not coming back.
Oh, that's right. So while she's I walked back there and I was like, dude, like, and you'll agree with me, right? Like a 20-year-old, a girl in her early 20s being a plumber is kind of odd, right? So she's in there and I was like, hey, so what made you become a plumber? Like, what's the deal with that? And I didn't realize. And I didn't like, okay, so I don't always realize my size, right? And I'm standing in the fucking doorway of the bathroom. And I have my, kind of like trying not to be.
It looks like the start of a different kind of video.
Yeah, like the kind where the girl's stuck in the dryer. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Porn.
Yeah.
Trapped her in the bathroom.
So I'm trying to stand at the doorway without trying to be creepy or anything. And I'm asking the poor girl, so what made you like, why plumbing? You know what I mean? And so she's telling me the story and she's playing along. It wasn't like I was like, hey, what made you want to be a plumber? Do you want to lay pipe? Like, nothing like that. It was just, fuck, dude, you're so young. Why are you doing plumbing? You know what I mean? So she tells me the whole story. And then she comes back out, all right, well, I got to...
No. After she tells you her whole story, you tell her your whole story about why you hate plumbing.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I did that. Yeah, I told her about why I fucking oh, yeah, well, I used
The
to...
one job I won't do is fucking plumbing, and here's why.
Yeah. I fucking hate plumbing. I said I had to do with my dad. They moved, and I had to dig out a hole underneath the house, and it was filled with water. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not going to fucking happen. You need to find somebody to come and fix this. And so she's sitting there like, I don't care. I get paid by the hour or whatever. Keep going. So then I'm done, and I walk out, and she comes out and says, all right, well, I got the sink's working fine. I got to go buy some parts for the shower. All right, cool. Fair enough. So... he comes out of his room. What the fuck are you doing?
Right as she leaves, he comes to my room. And I'm like, do you realize what the fuck you're doing? You trapped the poor girl working on her plumbing in the bathroom, talking to her about shit she doesn't care about. You realize she's going to the store and she's not coming back with parts. She called her boss, said, hey, this dude's freaking me the fuck out. I can't do it. I told him I had to go to the store to get some parts. I'm coming back to the shop. Send somebody else out to finish this shit.
Like that and then after when he said that, I was like, oh my God, I'm Tony.
Yep.
The funniest fucking, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, dude. So I had to keep myself away from the bathroom when she came back to look at the other part. Now, it was just, it was just funny. Like I wanted to know.
So when you say you don't realize your size, what does that really have to do with it? I'm not getting that.
Because I blocked the whole fucking doorway. It's not like if, you know what I mean? Like if she felt comfortable, she couldn't push her way past me or whatever.
So Seabass was right. You trapped her into the bathroom.
Yeah, without knowing. It was just because of my size. And I trapped her in the bathroom like, oh my God, dude.
Did you have one hand on the door jamb?
I think I did. I had one hand on the door jamb and one on the doorknob, just kind of like, trying to seem innocuous.
You ain't going nowhere, girl.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about my story, and you're going to listen good. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, holy shit. Afterwards, I felt so bad afterwards. I was like, oh, my God. So I'm going to go to my room. You deal with her when she comes back. I felt so bad. But... so you're not alone. Like, you don't realize sometimes how it comes across. You know what I mean? And I was like, I think mine was much worse than yours.
So when Seabass hit you with the, do you realize what you're doing? Did it take you a second to really be like, well, that's not my intention?
It didn't take him a second. I had to explain to him how it sounded.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? He said, Dad, you stood in the fucking doorway. You blocked her where she couldn't leave. And you're asking her about, hey, so why'd you become a plumber? I said, like, fuck off. I didn't sound that creepy. She said, you may not have thought you sounded that creepy, but to that 20-year-old chick that's in the bathroom that can't get out because you're in the way.
Yeah, you don't have to sound creepy to be creepy.
It's like, oh my God, I'm going to die right now. Rape! Like, I was like, oh, fuck, dude. I felt so bad. But I didn't, honestly, I really didn't realize that's what I was. That's what I was projecting.
In all actuality, when you think about it, like when you think about, like, let's say a movie, a horror film,
right?
A female plumber comes into a house with two dudes in it,
right?
And one's like in the bathroom with it, trying to strike up conversation. She's thinking, okay, I got my mace in my back pocket. I know the other kid is in the room, so if all I got to do is get past this guy.
Yeah, I think in my mind I was trying to be disarming and just finding out really what she, and I think I like hold on, stranger danger, whatever, dude. Fucking live and learn, I guess, right? You know what I mean? Like,
how old are you?
Well, yeah, but that's the point. Like I've always said, I always forget how old I am. I don't realize how old I am until I try to walk or run, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I'm old. But like I don't. You know what I mean? To me, that was just a genuine question with genuine interest into why would a 23-year-old girl become a fucking plumber? What is it that entices you? Because I can't stand fucking plumbing.
She knows.
Yeah, right? I told her the story. That's why she knows. But yeah, I felt bad, dude. I felt really bad.
So...
And she hasn't been back since.
Did she come back?
My bathroom's still dripping.
Yeah, No, she didn't come back.
She came back to put the piece back on and say, hey, it's harder than... It's going to be more work than what I thought. I'm going to have to tear out the wall behind it. I said, well, that's the kitchen.
Damn.
I said, you're going to have to... She says, oh, well, then I'm going to have to submit it to your insurance company and see what they're going to take care of and see how they want to handle it, and then we'll get back to you. So it's been about a week and a half, and I haven't heard back, so I'm going to start making some phone calls.
When you say, like, you don't think you don't see yourself being that old.
Right.
I think it might have been yesterday morning or the day before, Monday morning. For whatever reason, my wife and I were talking, and I mentioned how I'm at the age now that my mom was when I got married.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I can't see my kids getting married right now because they are a little younger than my daughter's a year younger than what I was when I got married.
Okay.
My son's 3 years, but either way, I can't see them getting married right now, and I can't see them even being engaged to somebody this long to be getting married right now. And more importantly, when I got married, not that my mom was old, but she wasn't hip. Not in a bad way. She was a mom.
Right.
She was a grandma. No, she wasn't a grandmother at that. Well, she was. My brother. But yeah, it was like... No, she wasn't a grandmother at this point. But she was a mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't see myself being like that. I think I'm cool. Hip to an extent.
Dude, you just told the guy at Target a fucking toe-knee joke. That is not young or hip. But I feel the same way. Like doing shit like that, I'm like, oh my God, you're right. That poor girl. But then I'm like, fuck, dude, but I'm fucking cool. I'm smooth. I'm hip. You know what I mean?
How old was your dad when you were born? So how much older?
Well, my dad was born in 1937, and I was born in 71.
Damn.
So
you pushing 40?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
No, you'd have been I don't know. I can't do math. I'm fucking too late right now. Hold on.
Mid-30s?
Yeah, you'd have to be in at least 37. That sound right?
Yeah, that's pretty close to pushing 40 to me. Round up.
He was 34.
34. Okay. And when you were Seabass's age, did you see him as an old dude that's out of touch?
Oh, my dad was always an old dude that was out of touch. But, well, I say that, but I don't. My dad had swag, dude. I don't know. Like he had some. I don't know. He had something. I don't. Would you think
He had swag to everybody his age.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, dude.
I mean, it's like my mom. Of course, she had friends, but I never seen. I didn't see them party. I didn't party with them.
Yeah, my dad either. They didn't. My dad had stopped drinking well before I was born, so I never shared a drink with my dad. Now, my mom, I remember at one of their wedding anniversaries, they had there at the house, and she was drinking with an aunt of mine, and my mom drank her under the table. My aunt was so drunk when they got her home, she peed herself trying to get in the door of the house. But I don't ever remember my mom getting out of pocket drinking or anything like that. My mom was not cool at all. She didn't have any kind of like you see you could see people and be like, oh yeah, back in the day, like, oh, okay, they were.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
you know
I see that.
No. No, I didn't see any of that in my mom
Yeah,
at all.
my mom too. She wasn't. I mean, but she was raised really under strict rules and stuff because it was old school.
Right.
But yeah, she had friends, but I never saw them party.
Well, like my dad, him and his three brothers, I don't know if I should say it, they're really known around town. I'll just say it like that. And they had leather. They all had leather jackets with what they were called on the jacket. And my dad always had flat top with, and it was long on the side. And he would do a ducktail in the back, and not a rat's tail, but a ducktail, so that would feather. His hair was so long that the ends would feather over each other like a duck on its back, right? And he would always stand, and the way he stood, kind of a little like a hip out, like old school cholo. You know what I mean? Like, and all of his brothers the same way. And they were always in fucking patent leather shoes, and always with Dickies on. And I remember my dad, dude, always wore a muscle shirt. No matter how big his belly was, he always had a muscle shirt on. And he would always have his shirt unbuttoned, except for like two at the very base of the belly. And then he would have one little medalla. And my dad was, it was weird, dude. I remember growing up, like, he didn't sweat growing up very much. He didn't have very much hair. He didn't have body odor, anything like that. Like, really, like, his facial hair would grow in a little bit, but nothing too much. But he always had a goatee. Always had every once in a while he'd shave it all off, but not very often. Always three flowers, same fucking wave in the hair since he was fucking early 20s.
Right.
He had swag. I mean, the guy was, it's a little pimptastic, I guess.
Do you think your dad has swag?
My dad?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Don't give him that look.
Come on, Tony, you think his dad has swag? Go on. Put you on the spot, punk.
There's times where he's trying to spit game and it's cringy, like when you're trapping a plumber in the bathroom. Then there's other times where, okay, that was good.
But there's times where, like, we'll leave somewhere and he'll be like, that's why I hate going anywhere with you, is what he says. You always do that shit. I said, dude, I'm just making them comfortable. Like, you go somewhere, like.
But what does it tell you if I'm uncomfortable? If I'm uncomfortable, somebody else in the room is bound to be uncomfortable with what the fuck you're saying.
See, but there's, to an extent, you're uncomfortable because it's your dad doing it. Like, it's an embarrassment.
Sometimes.
Because when I go to a restaurant or I go to a place of business, if they have a name tag on, I'm calling you by your name.
Right, yeah.
And we're going to become friends in that short instance, and I'm going to get what I need out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've always been that way. I've always done that. Like it's just I don't know, it's just a natural thing.
That's the purpose of the name tag.
Right?
Yeah.
See?
That's not the cringy part.
So what's the cringy part? Let's see if you remember.
You know the shit that he did at Target?
The Tony?
Yeah, you tried doing shit like that where you make little jokes.
Yeah, but my jokes are fucking funny.
No. They are as cringy, if not cringier than that.
You're tripping.
No.
My jokes are good, Tony. Tony.
Don't feel bad. Because he does the same shit.
No, like you right now.
That's fine. You'll come around.
I spoke to our friend Manuel.
Okay.
On either the last podcast or the one before that, when we were talking about the Hooters.
Yes.
And how they can get away with their hiring practices.
Okay.
He actually met either a franchise owner or an owner in general of the Tilted Kilt.
Okay.
And he schooled me on how they can get away with it.
How's that?
They aren't hiring waitresses or servers. They hire performers.
Oh.
And they're looking for a particular look
Build.
to perform what they want done.
Skimpy waitressing.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
So they're not hiring servers. It's just like you're casting for a movie.
So we had talked about that, and then I had gone to work, and I was talking to one of my coworkers about it, and I said, because there was something about some sort of coffee place here in town, or something was going on, or back east somewhere that they were giving somebody shit because they had a bikini baristas, right? And I told him, I said, oh, up in Hayward they had a place like that, where it was just a little shack, probably about the size of this, and they had open windows on each side, and they had all the coffee machines and all the shit inside, but the girls wore bikinis. So when you go to get your coffee, you're served with, your milk on the side, and so we were talking about it. I said, you know what, dude? I said it would be great to open a place like that in Palm Springs for the LGBTQ community. I said, and call it tea bags, and have dudes that are in there and they're just in bikini briefs serving coffee.
That's pretty genius.
That'd be great, right?
That's genius.
That shit would blow the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
You think?
Fuck yeah. And especially though, he talked about, I don't know if you can get away with it in Palm Springs, or you're fucking tripping, first of all. He said you need
That's
to
the only place you can fucking do something like that.
Dude, if you could find like on Indian, like even on that corner of Indian and Ramon, you buy that small corner lot of land or rent it, right? Lease it, and you put a shack like this there. You just need a little bit of electricity to run a couple of lights inside, run your light stand. The overhead on that would be fucking cheap. Then you hire a couple of guys that are in shape, that are willing to, be a barista with just their jock straps on or whatever. And
All right, time out.
They're baristas.
So when I was talking about dudes working as waiters for Hooters, you were up in arms about that. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
You were saying nobody would want to be served by them. Why are you that? No, that wouldn't work. Da 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 da.
Well,
and now you're saying, yeah, just hire these dudes in these skimpy outfits to make coffee.
It's different because the main clientele of Hooters is straight men.
Yes.
And the point of tea bags, as we're so calling it, is to attract the LGBT clientele.
Community. Right.
Right, but the point of the conversation we had in regards to men working at Hooters was just the fact that why don't we try and get other clientele other than straight men?
Because
hold on.
No, hold on.
You're saying clientele, the LGBTQ community. Same with Hooters. They might want to Hooters. They might want to get that clientele
You like my
as well.
Hooters?
No, they don't. If they wanted that clientele, they would have integrated it a long time ago.
Not only that, but okay. Well, let's say.
Oh, now don't get me wrong. We don't have to go down this road again because we kind of beat it to death last time.
Can we not say that we beat it?
What if we did one shack, and we did a chick in a bikini on one side and a dude on the other side, and then people can get in whatever line they want.
That line's going to build up.
Exactly my point.
But that's different. How do you not?
How can it be different?
Because, dude, this guy's. I'm talking about some guy being in a shack, right? He's just in a shack, and the window that the people are going to drive up to is going to come up to about his belly button. So the only time they're going to see anything is when he backs out, right? And they're going to see his upper torso. We're talking about a business that seats people down at a table and puts food on the table, and their shit is at shoulder height. So if you go to a business and somebody in just a fucking jock is serving you food, his shit is going to be in your face. There's a huge difference between having a jock in your face and a pair of tits. Women are going to be much more, not only that, it's much more acceptable for a woman to walk around town with her tits hanging out than a dude wearing super tight pants with his schlong squeezed into these super tight pants. It's just... There's a total difference, dude. It's more acceptable for a woman to have her boobs out in public. It still is.
Have you ever heard of Free the Nip?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of
No,
Free the Nip?
I'm talking to you.
Yes.
There's no Free the Tip. It's Free the Nip. Nobody wants to see a dick hanging out around town.
Times are changing.
No, and nobody's going to go and take their kids to a restaurant where some dude's walking around with his fucking schlong at shoulder.
You're right. God. I'm just saying, all of a sudden now it's okay when it's
because it's
an idea you
it's
come
different.
up with.
Because
it's different.
Again, apples to oranges.
Oh. Did you fucking see that? What just happened?
Did something come out?
Yeah, you fucking bubbled up. That was nasty. Holy shit.
I'm gonna stay over here behind the computer.
Yeah, you gotta take a Mucinex before you come in here. Are we ready?
I've been ready.
Doesn't sound like it. Yeah.
I'm still getting over my illness.
So how can you talk about that? How can you talk about boogers and it makes you gag, but you could
suck them back all day long
and not get? No, doesn't bother you.
No, I don't think so. They're my boogers.
Oh. Holy shit. When I go digging for me own gold, it's okay.
Yeah, but that's pretty smart. I wonder how they had to have some good lawyers to figure that shit out, though.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure it didn't take that much to figure it out.
Yeah, you're probably right. But even then, that's a great.
Something else happened to me that it's not a dad moment, but it kind of made me feel like, fuck. Again. If I was younger, this wouldn't have happened to me.
Okay, what'd you do?
I got two stories about Home Depot.
Okay.
I'll tell you the one that I got embarrassed about. You ever heard of Milwaukee Tools?
Yeah.
They got something called Pack Out. You ever heard of Pack Out?
Yeah, they're the little boxes that have all the compartments that you can put like bolts and nuts and all the other different shit.
Well, and you stack them on top of each other. They
and roll out, right?
So I'm kind of looking into doing my garage with those. So you could, instead of mounting them on each other, you could buy these plates that you mount to the wall.
Okay.
And you could hook the Pack Out the organizer to it.
Okay.
So instead of it being horizontal, it's vertical.
Okay.
So you actually have to remove it from the wall and then open it, because obviously if it's on the wall and you open it, everything's going to fall out.
Right.
So I wanted to see how easy it would be if it was mounted vertically. So in one hand, I held the plate that you're supposed to mount to the wall. And then I slid the tool onto it, and I held it like as if it was
Mounted on the wall.
Right. So then with my other hand, and I'm in the aisle doing this, with my other hand, I start trying to, unhook it with my thumb to see how easy it would be to pull out.
Right.
So I wasn't getting it at first. So it started coming closer to my face because I'm trying to see what I'm doing wrong.
It's that moment where the fucking employee walks past the aisle looking at the fuck is this guy doing?
That's what happened. I finally got it, but I pulled it and it hit me like right on my tooth and my lip. And dog, let me tell you.
Cut it?
No, but it felt like I did. And you know that feeling of it's distorted now, your lip is kind of like
right,
but it's just a feeling. That was going on for at least 15, 20 minutes. And I'm looking around, making sure nobody saw me. I put everything back. I walked away.
Like they don't have cameras that saw you. You're welcome.
They were all up in the fucking office. Hey, watch, check this guy out.
Yeah.
I felt like such an asshole.
Did you walk away saying "fuck Milwaukee"? Doing that shit.
And then another day, I was at Home Depot and I was looking for a tool. And this couple comes up to me. And the guy goes, "Excuse me, sir." Now, I'm like, "Sir," you know what I'm saying?
All butthurt.
All right.
All butthurt.
So he goes, "You think you could do us a favor?" And I was like, "What's going on?" So he goes,
"Nice catch."
He says, "Hey, my wife got me this bracelet for my birthday. So it looks like a thick barbed wire going around his wrist.
Okay.
But it's open on the inside of his palm, or there's an opening, so it's almost like a U, if you will. And at the ends of the U were like these dragon heads.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably something I was thinking sea bass would probably like.
Yeah, you said barbed wire, and I was like, that sounds cool.
And it almost looked like some Game of Thrones type, whatever.
Right.
He goes, I put it on, but I can't get it off. We were trying to bend it, and it's not coming off. So I was like, okay. So she's holding some wire cutters, some big bolt cutters, right? They're not big. They're probably like maybe 18 inches long.
Okay.
So he goes, I don't want to have to buy this, and she's not strong enough to cut it off. So he goes, God. You think you could cut it off for me? And I was like, yeah, sure. So, dude, I'm like, and it's kind of tight on his wrist. So I'm trying, and dude, it was tough. It was a thick gauge of whatever it was, to where I couldn't do it. He's like, you think we need some longer ones? And I was like, that'll work. I said, I don't know. Let's. I said, come over here. So we went to the metal shelving, and I, put one of the
arms on the
shelving. And I was pushing it, and we were kind of twisting his head because he was kind of like, trying to move it. And all of a sudden, it went bink, and dude, that shit flew somewhere, and we heard it go clank, 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 and we were like, holy shit! And he was able to to pull his arm out. He was like, thank you so much, and they walked away. I was thinking to myself, you can't give me no tip or nothing, kid?
Wow. You wanted money for helping people?
Yeah, why not? I saved him, what, $30? And the embarrassment? Because I was feeling for the dude.
Wow. Well, the fucked up part is if they would have caught you, you would have had to pay for the things, right? Because now they're dull, right?
I have no idea.
Why didn't you take him to the fucking grease aisle and grease up his arm?
I'm not trying to get involved.
You're not trying to get involved.
You cut it.
Oh, you know what? That's not working. Come over here. Let's try this. Hey, let's go over to the grinder section with the Milwaukees.
Jesus.
For how much? Okay, so what would have been a proper tip for that?
I don't know, $5. Hey, go grab a burger.
Where the fuck you buying burgers at $5?
McDonald's, a burger's like what, $1.50? $2?
Yeah, but that's not real meat, dude.
And don't
That's
get me
not
wrong, I'm not looking to get paid. It's just like, yo, man, I appreciate it.
Well, but come on, who's gonna tip somebody $5? Like at a place like that for cutting that bracelet, you should have slipped you a 10, a 20.
The only way that you're getting paid for that is if you said no at first. You're like, come on, dude, I'll throw you some cash.
Okay, then I got you. Come on.
Okay, yeah, you got a point. But still, I'd be like sort of appreciative. Hey, man, hey, man, have a soda on me.
Because I know that you didn't think about it, but what if that piece, when you popped it, if it would have come back and hit you in the face, it cut you all up, marred all that prettiness.
On the other guy?
Yeah, his wife didn't say, "Oh, here." Like that should have been like the wife would have been the one to do it, right? Usually.
I don't know. All I know is.
Why were they?
Man.
Oh, okay.
All I know is, hey man, I really appreciate that, man. Can I slip you a 10 spot?
Like that's you have some really weird shit happen to you. Like that's really odd.
That's like a side quest in a video game. There's a character coming up to you with fucking hedge trimmers. Hey man, I can't get my bracelet off. My wife's too weak. Can you break this for me? And you have the two options come up. No, I'm busy right now. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that for you.
Like, first you're picking up fucking strangers off the freeway or off the road and straight out of the emergency room. Then you're fucking helping people and like that's weird, dude. Like, after it happened, did you stay at Home Depot for a while and walk around, or were you like?
Well, I was still looking for the tool I was looking for.
How funny would it have been if the tool he was looking for was hedge trimmers?
Right.
Bolt cutters, kid.
So what'd you end up doing for Milwaukee? Did you buy the shit or what'd you do?
Oh, I'm still planning it out in my garage. We're trying to make more room. It's like I got like a rolling tool chest.
Yeah.
That's like 5 feet high. I've got a tool cabinet. You know, I got stuff on the wall. And I think I could condense it down to just a certain amount of organizers, if you will.
Okay.
And so, you know, that's the next part of the home remodel, if you will. Almost got done with the garage. Really close.
Man, you got a lot of little projects going on. You're doing shit in the house, you're putting up stereo shit, you're fixing the garage. What else are you doing at the same time?
I think that's it. I think. Yeah, that should be it.
You know what would help you in your garage? Is if you left the Christmas lights up. I had to bring that all the way around. Thank you very much.
So, Seabass, what you been up to, kid? You ain't been with us for a while.
Yeah, I've been working.
That's it? What are you doing on the weekends?
That's about it. Working.
What are you doing on your days off?
Working. This last couple weeks, they had me scheduled to work 11 days in a row.
Is that overtime?
No, I don't think so. Because technically they can work you, 12? Because if they give you a Monday off, they don't have to give you another day off until the next Sunday.
Because it's a separate pay period?
No, this was the same pay period.
Or just a different work week,
Work
right?
week, yeah.
Wow, that's dirty.
Yeah.
Well, you know, speaking of that, when I used to be at Alamo, I don't know if I was talking about this before, how when my guys, like let's say the car washers, would go on vacation. Let's say they get 2 weeks vacation.
Oh, right. Yeah, go ahead.
We talked about this?
Yeah, where you try to finagle their
and
days.
then they were like, no, you're ripping me off somehow. Because like Saturday to Sunday is the schedule. So I would give them Saturday to Sunday schedule. So I would give them like the Thursday and Friday off. Then their first week of vacation starting Saturday would come.
Right.
Then their second week of vacation would come that ends on Sunday. Then I would give them that Monday, Tuesday off.
Oh, wow.
So they would get out of 10 days, but 7 days, because obviously they get 2 days off. I give them an extra 2 on the front and 2 on the back. So they get an extra 4 days.
Right.
But they thought I was ripping them off somehow. They get mad if I did that.
They just didn't get it.
No, they didn't get it at all.
Wow. Dummies.
One guy, I don't know if I said this, one guy actually, he got busted for child support. And the government was taking or whomever was garnishing his wages. He thought I was doing that.
You thought you were taking out his check?
Yeah. I mean, he spoke no English. I was trying to explain to him what was going on. He didn't believe me. One day I showed up to work with new shoes on.
He thought that was his garnished wages.
He had a fit.
Wow.
Look at you, got new shoes.
Those are for my baby. You ask cold.
Those should be my shoes.
Wow. Fucking Tony, why are you ripping off the Mexican people like that, dude? It's fucking wrong. Holy shit. The fuck was I going to tell you? It had to do with something like that. Yeah, I try to do that. I do that with my own days. Like at work, because we get 2 days off during the week. And then we get our 5 days. And then we get, our 2 days off the next. So I would just sandwich all that shit together. And I'd take instead of having 5, I'd end up with like 12, 13 days off in a row. And I'm only wasting 5 of my own. Something I own. And that's the best way to do it, dude. Take advantage of it. You know what I mean? If not, they're going to take advantage of you. So, you know what I mean? And let that door swing both ways, pimpin'. All right. So I know that we were big fans of The Walking Dead, and I know that you never finished that.
I finished it.
You finished The Walking Dead?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what'd you think?
Finished it this weekend. It was whack.
The fuck out.
And you know it was whack. That's why you didn't even bring it up.
What are you talking about? Yeah, we brought it up when it happened. Get the fuck out of here.
You did not bring it up that the series was over, that you loved it. None of that. You guys did not talk about it at all.
You're
See,
tripping.
this is where your old age comes into play.
You guys never... When the last episode happened, you guys did not talk about it.
Yes, we did.
No, you did not.
Okay, Tony. So, and then we told you about this new one that came out.
Which I'm recording.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do episode 4. You got to make it to episode 4. You have to make... Episode 4, bro, it fucking sets it apart. That shit is fucking...
I've heard that it's a good show.
So, Sebastian and I were talking about it. We're like, oh, dude, if there was actually a zombie apocalypse and the zombies were on The Walking Dead, we could survive.
We'd be okay.
We'd be okay. If they're anything like they were in the fucking movie World War Z, I'm going to shoot myself in the head.
Yeah, I'm just going to take myself out the first thing I hear of it.
Yeah, because that's not going to happen. If they're anything like I Am Legend, I'm out.
Which I haven't seen.
You haven't seen I Am Legend?
Is that with Will Smith?
Yeah. So they're smart. They're not and they're fast.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
And they sleep in hives, and what they do, they sleep standing up. And if they hear noise, it wakes them up, and they all turn and they fucking snap and attack. But in that movie, I Am Legend, they start to learn.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, dude, I was like, holy shit, there's no way.
Yeah.
So, and if they're anything like on this show, The Last of Us, no fucking way, dude. I would, if you saw one.
If it were just clickers, maybe. Because you can be quiet. But
What's a clicker?
you'll see.
They have different kinds of...
So this is just another Walking Dead?
What?
So this is just another Walking Dead type show?
It's based off of a video game.
of dead people, zombies.
Yes. And what the girl that's in the show?
Hey, don't.
What? No?
No.
So this guy has to get this girl across the country, and that's what it's about, is their travel from where they are to where they're supposed to go. And all the perils and all the shit that they hit trying to get there.
So it's like them, The Walking Dead, trying to take that dude that you liked his haircut in The Walking Dead.
I mean, a little more than that.
Eugene.
Oh, kind of.
Like, he's like...
But that's the whole premise of this show.
Yeah. And this one, but... Well, you'll have to watch it.
Yeah, you just.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Because, again, I heard other sources say it's a pretty good show.
Fucking awesome.
But The Walking Dead, come on, kid. Those last episodes,
Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit.
Too much.
I'm tripping.
And it was horrible. They didn't set it up for the spin-offs.
Are you fucking crazy?
Didn't you tell me that the girl that you love and Negan are going to do their own show?
Who?
Yes.
Negan and Maggie are doing a show.
Yeah, the one you love.
No, that is not her.
Come on.
Get the fuck out of here.
They didn't set that up.
Yeah,
They
did.
literally did. You just pay zero fucking attention because you don't like it.
And
Because you've written it off so much, you're like, I don't need to pay attention.
And now that you bring that up, so I wasn't gonna say anything but bro, what was the show? The Right One In, Invite the Right One In.
Let the Right One In.
Let the right one in.
That one was.
Bro, you started telling me about the story from the very last episode that you watched. Like there was 5-6 episodes before that one. How did you not know that the little girl was a vampire until that fucking episode?
I knew she was a vampire.
That's not what you said.
That episode explained how she became a vampire.
No, that's not what you said.
Yes, it is.
That's not what you said.
Knowing your track record, I'm more inclined to believe him.
No, I said that episode, it kind of starts from the beginning how she became a vampire. And it was like really good because like the friend of the family was like kind of knew what to do. Like invited her into the house.
That's his brother, by the way. Wasn't his friend of the family.
That was not his brother.
Okay.
Where did you get that from?
From the movie.
Movie?
Or from the show. Because he said that they were brothers. This is my brother.
They meant that because they're so close. Not literally.
No, they're brothers.
That dude wasn't Mexican.
Why, Tony? What makes you say that?
Well, what does it matter if they're two different ethnicities? They could still have the same mama.
They're not brothers, kid. Come on. You're tripping.
Whack. Terrible. Terrible at setting a show up. That was awful.
What'd you think about the show, though? I mean, it wasn't great, but I wasn't mad watching it.
No, I thought it was pretty good. There was some things in it that, but for the most part, it was pretty
bad.
good. Yeah, it was a well told story. I think. Hopefully they do another one because I want to see how they develop the story from there because of the way it ended.
Right.
You know what I mean? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Probably got the ending all fucked up.
I went to L.A. last weekend, the weekend before this past one.
Okay.
We spent the weekend with my daughter.
That's right.
And we went to go see a movie called Missing. I think it was called Missing.
What is that one about?
It's actually a pretty good movie. I thought it was going to be... the commercials make it seem like the mom goes missing and the daughter's looking for her. The daughter's like a teenager, late teenager. 16 to 18, let's say. And my daughter was like, "Oh, I want to see this movie," and I saw it. And I was like, "I
don't like it."
Yeah, Lifetime movie of the week type deal.
Right.
It was actually pretty good. Now, you ever watch that show Modern Family?
Yes, the one with Al Bundy and Sofia Vergara. Yes.
There was one episode of all the seasons where it was based on, I think it was the mother, Al Bundy's daughter,
Claire.
where she was just on her laptop.
Yes.
And she was doing
FaceTime
FaceTime.
calls.
Oh,
text
that's right. Okay,
messages.
yeah.
I fucking hate when shit is shot like that.
That's kind of like how this movie is. Kinda.
Oh,
At
I
least
remember what it is now. Okay.
3/4 of the movie.
I hate
Her mom
that.
goes missing, and she's trying to find her. Her mom goes missing in another country.
Right, because she goes there with her new husband. That the mom is African American, the husband is Asian.
Correct.
Okay.
The boyfriend, actually.
Oh, boyfriend.
And she doesn't come home. She goes to the airport to go pick her up. She don't come home.
Now, in the movie, or in the what is it? The commercials for it?
Oh yeah, the previews.
Yeah, the previews for it. They hint that the bomb was some sort of agent or operative.
Okay?
Is that true? I don't care. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
Fucking gonna
No.
die running the movie.
No.
No. And that the boyfriend was some sort of operative or douchebag criminal.
Kinda, yes.
Okay.
But
And it's their fault that it's his fault they get taken.
he's involved.
Okay.
But it's one of those things that there's so many twists and turns in the movie that you think it's that boyfriend, and it makes you think it's somebody else that did it, and then it makes you think the mom actually did it, and then it makes you think another person actually did it. So it was actually really well done. To where like, holy shit, I could have sworn it was gonna be he was the one that kidnapped her. Oh my God, the mom faked her own kidnapping. Oh my God, no, her mom didn't fake it. It's actually this other person. And it turns out to be somebody that you wouldn't have even thought of.
It was the daughter the
daughter.
whole time, huh?
No.
Oh.
But it was just, again, it was like, holy shit, that was actually a pretty good movie.
It was the ex-husband.
That good, huh?
Haven't even seen the movie. Not just
Right? So I got it. I know it is. Good.
Dude, it was a good movie. I was really surprised. And again, and my wife, we were talking about it afterwards. She was like, "Do you think I personally, because I'm more computer savvy than my wife is?" She's like,
Wow.
"Do you think you could have done what that little girl did? Like this little girl, I shouldn't say little, but this girl, like she went and found how to log into this country's tourist areas that have the cameras.
Right.
And you can do like live views of these particular places.
Okay.
And she found, like, she sat there and went through like videos of this. You can go back to particular dates. Like, let's say if you were there and you knew which date and time you were there, you could actually go back to it and see yourself like
Doing whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, hell no.
Wow. All right. Well, you know that they did that with that girl that, what was the girl's name that got beat up and killed in Mexico? They were able to go back on the footage of the out front of the hotel and on the walk back to the hotel, and they were able to see footage of her getting
Oh, is that right? Mm-hmm. The one that wouldn't fight back against her friends?
right. It was
Wonder
too
what
fucked
happened
up.
with that.
The last thing I saw was just that the FBI was involved, and they were working with the Mexican government, and that they had put out a subpoena for an arrest
kids'
warrant for the
video.
girls,
Yeah, I remember that.
and that's the last I've seen or heard of it. So, are you? I think we've talked about it before, but I don't remember. Are you a fan of scary movies?
Fan? No.
No. Are
My
there?
wife is. I'm not.
Your wife is?
Yeah.
Are there
Dumb
any?
scary movies, I should say.
Are there any that you've seen that you're like, oh, okay, that shit was dope? Now, before you answer, is it more scary movies that you don't like, or is it like bloody, gory movies? Because there's two different. To me, they're two different things.
Give me an example of a bloody, gory movie versus a scary one.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Is Glory?
Yeah, it's gory.
Okay.
Scary. Well, the traditional scary would be like the campy ones, like Friday the 13th.
Would those be gory as well?
I wouldn't call that gory. I think it's more campy. It's more funny. That Friday the 13th, Elm Street.
Right.
All those are kind of campy. God, what's that guy's name? The singer, and he's a producer. 1,000 Corpses.
Rob Zombie.
Oh, Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie makes gory movies.
Okay.
Scream. Movies like that. That's more of a scary movie. Like, just movies that make you jump. You know what I mean? Like, catch you out of nowhere. The Village. Movies like that.
What was the question?
What do you like? Any kind of scary? Is there a?
I don't mind watching them. But I'm not one that says, "Oh, a new scary movie's come out. Let's watch it."
Okay.
But anything that's scary that comes out, my old lady's like, "Oh, we should see that one."
Okay. Sebastian?
No.
None of them, right?
None
you
of
don't.
them.
You don't like any of them. So they've come out with this new movie, and I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I think the concept is fucking phenomenal. Okay. I think the movie has a lot of fucking potential, but I'm afraid they're gonna fuck it up. So I don't know if I want to go see it. It's Winnie the Pooh, and what's it called? Bad Blood?
Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey. So it's the little boy left them behind there in the forest, and they become evil.
Legitimate Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
And donkey and everything?
Yeah, Eeyore.
Piglet.
Piglet.
Digger.
But I think Piglet's dead.
That would make sense.
Because they have there's a cross with his name on it.
I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen the preview to it?
No.
Bro, it's dark. Like, I'm talking like, you see it and you're like, oh, that's a whole different kind of fucking Winnie the Pooh. Like, I was like, holy shit, what have they done? Like, it's fucking... and we'll put this up on our Instagram, too. That way you guys can see it if you haven't had a chance to see it. Blood and Honey, is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. I'm going to let Tony see it right now. Hold on. All right. So that right there where it says trailer, the second one down. So it's based off of Winnie the Pooh and his relationship with, was it Timmy?
Is it Christopher Robin?
Christopher Robin.
This is a dude in a costume?
So it's not a cartoon.
Yeah, it's not a cartoon.
It's a live action.
So special.
Soon will be Christopher and Mary Robin.
Put that up towards the mic. That way they can hear how fucking creepy that
We're
sounds.
not going to find them.
We will. Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, we were friends for many years, and they're out there.
Christopher?
Headphone users beware.
Now.
Yeah.
I really need to find out what's happening, okay?
Christopher? We need to...
Eeyore, R.I.P.
I really
Okay,
need
it's
to
Eeyore
find
that's
out
dead.
what's happening, okay?
Damn.
This place is kind of cold. Did you say has a pool? We need to go. There's... The flowers there. There's someone else outside. What's that?
We used to be friends. Why are you doing this, please? I would have never left, I swear.
That looks fucking dumb.
What?
That looks dumb as hell.
But that's what I'm like. But it has a lot of potential.
Okay,
If you-
the reason why it looks dumb to me
uh,
is because it looks like just dudes in those outfits.
well, you'll have to watch it to see.
So is it like a legitimate gonna be Winnie the Pooh? You know what I mean? It looks like it's Jason or who's the other guy? Jason is Friday the 13th.
Michael Myers.
You know, with a mask. That's why it looks dumb to me.
Well, so, but, obviously all those characters were in his head anyways, like, right? Because there was no really fucking bear that ate honey all the time around him, and those were all characters that were in his head because they're all emotions. Eeyore was sad.
That's all you got?
Winnie the Pooh had an eating disorder. Fucking the Tigger had ADHD. And what was Piglet's deal?
Wasn't he anxious?
Anxious, anxiety. So they're all emotions. It's all in his fucking head. So could it be people? It's probably him.
Huh.
So it'll be interesting to see how there's so many different ways that they could play it. But I wonder how bad. I wonder what it's really going to be like. Did they really nail it, or did they fuck it up? Because it's a great concept. You know what I mean?
I don't like it. I didn't like it.
What do you think about it, Sebastian?
I'm not gonna watch it. I don't
Why
give a
not?
shit. I don't want to. I don't need to. It's not
Oh, is
gonna
it 'cause
better
it's
or
scary? You
enrich
get
my
scared?
life.
Yes,
You think you're gonna win an argument like that, motherfucker? You think you cute? No.
Yeah, he doesn't like scary movies. He doesn't like jumpy.
I don't understand why people enjoy being scared. Makes no sense to me.
Just like fucking roller coasters. I don't know why. Why the fuck would you go on a roller coaster to feel that way?
You see, you could die from something like that. That's why.
You could die from being scared too.
No, I'm talking about like a malfunction. Or, you know.
Here we go again. Would you rather ride a ride at like Knott's Berry Farm or Magic Mountain, or at a fair?
Probably a fair
Oh, you're
because they're
crazy.
smaller.
Because it's smaller.
Oh my goodness.
And if it takes me out, it takes me out. Whatever.
Horrible.
See, and my thought is that I would rather do it at a fair because they take it apart and assemble it, and so that if there was something wrong, if there was a wore out piece, they would see it and they would change it to where, although I mean, like Magic Mountain, they're like Magic Mountain, all of their big rides, they're all electronic and they have sensors on them, so if something's going out,
Or so they tell you.
Right, it's supposed to trigger you, it's supposed to trigger an alarm, and they know they need to fix it. But you know, who knows if those work? What if their fail-safes fail? That's kind of hard to say.
What if their fail-safes fail?
Yeah, no.
That wasn't that bad.
Jackass. There's another movie that's coming out. There's one that I really want to see.
I know which one it is.
What?
The Flash.
No, but the what do you call it? Looked pretty good for that.
Yeah, kid. I can't wait to see that. You know why?
Why?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. The original Batman's in it. You see, it's like a multiverse, though. I'm not down with that. Both Batmans are in it. Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton.
See, I'd see it for Ben Affleck.
I'd see it for Michael
Michael Keaton sucks.
What'd you say, Michael?
He was good as the Moth in Spider-Man. Moth. What the hell? That was his name, right? The Moth?
I think so.
Was it the Moth?
Vulture. That's
Vulture.
what it is. Mothman is from DC.
Yes.
I just thought it was cool that, you know, he popped up.
Yeah, everybody was. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
How fucked up did you get when that fucking Tubi commercial came on?
Funny thing is, my wife and daughter looked at me, and the remote control was next to my wife. So I was like, I'm looking at the dog as if the dog, like, you know, stepped on
Stepped on it?
something. What'd you guys do?
Everybody,
when that commercial came?
we were over at Champ's house, and when that happened, who's got the remote? Who's fucking around? Look. And finally, somebody said, "Hey, it's a Tubi commercial. It's a Tubi commercial." I think it was Rosebush that knew what it was right off the bat.
Dude, that was a trip.
Yeah, that's fucking smart, dude. That's really fucking brilliant to do that. No, so this other movie that I want to see, it's Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, I saw the commercial for that.
That looks fucking good, dude. And apparently based on a true story as well. And that was Ray Liotta's last movie.
Yeah, I heard that.
So you gotta go watch that
Shit.
shit just for that.
How long were they working on that movie for?
Long
He died a
time.
while ago.
Yeah, well, I think that, they shot it and then waiting for the right time to release it because of COVID and all that kind of shit. And you know what's weird, though, is, like, do you remember when we were growing up, like, there was always fucking ads for movies.
Yes.
And every week and a half, there was always movies coming out. And now you look and it's like you see an ad here, you see an ad there. There's not really like a push like they used to. You know what I mean? And nobody really cares because they just wait till they go digital and they watch them at home.
Yep.
Like nobody's really going to the fucking theaters anymore. How crazy is it that the world has changed that much that nobody wants to go to the theaters anymore?
That's why they're switching theaters up with the reclining chairs. Some have, service. They bring you the food to your chair. They serving alcohol now.
Yeah. So it's more of an experience than just a movie.
Trying to entice you to come in.
It's always been the experience, though. With popcorn, you go get the candy, you get the giant-ass fucking drinks.
Yeah, I think.
But now they have to up the experience because nobody wants to leave the house.
Right.
Because you have all these streaming services.
But think about it, dude. Like, so when your wife and your daughter, right? You guys went to the movies?
Yes.
So that's $35-$40 in tickets for the three of you, right? More or less?
Yeah, more or less.
That's probably about another $65 at the concession stand, right? Everybody got a drink.
Yeah.
Popcorn, hot dogs, candies.
Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs. Anybody get nachos? It's the best place to buy them now.
That was my fucking jam.
No.
What else? Did you guys get food or anything else? Alcohol?
No.
Wife didn't get wine?
No.
So at least another $65-$70 at the concession stand. Easy. Because that shit adds up. That shit adds up fast. So, like, when we were kids, 18, and you go to take a girl out, say you went to dinner, $30? $40?
When we were 18,
Yeah, probably not like a fancy smanchy place, but
like a TGI Fridays.
yeah, or Sizzlers or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Call it $50.
50. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You go to the movies. You could get in and out of the movies back then, $20-$25.
I would think 12 to get in.
No, it wasn't. Well, yeah, because I guess $6 for each of you.
Yeah. And
okay.
then another 15, 20 at the concession.
So call it $30.
Yep.
So you're all in $80 for the night,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then there was nothing else to do except go home or go in the park or go up 74, bang it out and go home, right? I mean, let's be honest. So, but think about it today. If you had to take a girl out and you go to dinner, even at fucking, because you're gonna go to, let's say that you go to Applebee's, right? You're gonna have dinner. You're gonna throw back a couple of drinks. That's a bill right there, right? Unless you do the 2 for $20 and 2 for $25, whatever the fuck it is now. But then you look, oh, well, you want to do the 2 for $25? Like, oh my God. Really? I can't just order my own plate? Like, you know what I mean? So, you're talking a bill there, right? And then, you want to go to the movies, right? Well, you got to go IMAX, right? Or you go down to La Quinta or the Pickford one, right? How much are the tickets at Pickford?
I would say the same as anywhere else.
No, they're more expensive because they have the reclining seats, right?
Are they?
The big loungy seats,
I
right?
don't know. Yeah, they do. They do have those seats. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if they're how much more expensive they are.
Okay. So like a regular ticket, I think it was $11 the last time we went. Like $11.25 a piece. So call them $15 a piece. Say you go to the loungy place, right? So that's $30. And then you talk about at the concession stand, and now there's beer and wine or alcohol. You're talking at least another 50, 60, maybe even $100 in the concession stand. Because you're talking, well, I don't know, because you already ate, right? So you shouldn't have to, shouldn't be that much. But $50, dude, you're talking at least a bill and a half, almost 2 bills for a date.
But I'll be honest with you, $80 back then was a lot of money too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's still relative. I mean,
What do you
$80
think?
back then? Psh.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going on no dates. I'm good. If I can't come over and kick it, we good. You know what I mean? But like right now, I guess the big thing is McDonald's is pushing back on California because California wants to pass that bill where fast food restaurant workers get paid $22 an hour.
Damn.
Yeah, they're working on getting this bill passed, right? And McDonald's said, if you do that, you're gonna ruin jobs, and you might ruin. God, what
They're
else?
just gonna find ways to automate shit.
Yeah, they're just gonna automate everything. They're gonna have 1 or 2 people inside making sure that the meat cooker is stacked and figure out a way to automate it all because they're not gonna fucking.
Dude, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
McDonald's.
$22 an hour.
Dude, I just heard a story that, what's that restaurant where they joust?
Medieval times.
Medieval times. That they want to unionize all the players because they want more money because they're making like $18 an hour. And they're like, we got to ride horses, we got to do all this.
They're actors,
and they were saying how people in and out make more money than they do, and they don't have to constantly be in shape. Be careful around the workplace. And McDonald's wants to pay $22.
Okay, so let's talk about
No,
the people
McDonald's doesn't want to pay 22.
Yeah, McDonald's saying, fuck that. I mean, but the thing, the other side of it is that have you ever heard of a McDonald's that fucking failed? Every fucking McDonald's makes money. If you have to be a really shitty operator to not be able to make money at a McDonald's. It's simple. It's laid out. It's been done the same way for fucking years. And if you can't go in and make your McDonald's profitable, you shouldn't be in business on your own. Period. So I have a feeling if it goes through, they're either going to automate or they're going to pull out of California. And if McDonald's pulls out of California, this state's going to lose so much money. I think McDonald's has a lot of fucking pull in whether this goes through or not.
Well, it's not only McDonald's though. Wouldn't it be all fast food restaurants?
Right, but I'm saying that McDonald's has the biggest pool out of all of them to be able to say, yeah, no, not going to happen. Can't do it.
I'll be honest with you. I would be on the McDonald's side as well. I think that's a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a little too much money.
Yeah, I mean,
there is something to be said about the pecking order in regards to employment.
yes.
And $22 at McDonald's means another job would have to pay that much more because they would consider themselves better than McDonald's, if you will.
Well, but here's the thing. Like, look, what I make now, I started when I was 14 to make it to this point, right? So, at 14, I was making $3.75 an hour. That was minimum wage back then. And I've worked over the years and worked here and worked there and done this and done that to get to where I'm at now.
Right.
So all of that experience is what they're paying me for, right? And my knowledge and my skill and everything that I've given myself or attained up until this point in life. Now these kids are coming in with no experience, on their phone all the time, whatever, whatnot.
I can't stand that shit.
Well, when kids are on
People that are constantly on their phones at work.
Really?
How the fuck does that make sense to you?
Your job allows that?
No. But these kids are finding all the blind spots and they stand there for 5 minutes on their phones. Like, you can't put it down. You can't tell that, hey, I'm at work. I'll talk to you when I get off or when I'm on break.
Or
Dude,
turn
my phone is in my pocket from the time that I walk into the building. When I clock out for my break, I'm on it. And then when I clock back in, it's gone until I leave. I don't understand how kids my age can't do that. It baffles me.
I understand why they can't do it because it's an addiction.
Right.
However, I can't understand how the employers allow it.
Correct.
I mean, if you know of the blind spots, they know of the blind spots.
Yeah.
Well, but I think because the managers are just as bad as the kids are. I think people my age are just as bad as some of these kids are with their phone all day long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no that addiction's across the board at this point. You know what I mean? It's not just that. But you know, you got to remember that. You know, so what I was getting at is
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're okay. You're okay. So back when I started $3.75 an hour, and it took me when I was 14. I'm 51 now, so that's 27 years. Is that right? 27,
30 some years,
41 years, yeah, something like that, to get to where I'm at. So am I going to get an increase just because those guys are coming in at 22 now? Am I worth more?
Yeah, it like I said, it takes things out of whack.
Yeah, it's gonna cause a chain reaction,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be a fucking mess. You know what I mean? It's time to get a 4x4 and head for the hills, homie. Live off grid. Better learn how to fish and pluck chickens and gut animals. It's time to go.
Yeah, that's a bit much. So are they saying that they want to raise minimum wage to $22 an hour?
No, just for fast food workers. That they should be able to make at least $22 an hour. Is the way I understand it. How crazy is that? What is it at McDonald's or at a fast food job that's worth $22 an hour?
The only thing that I can think of at a McDonald's is how busy it can get. But even then, they should have enough people in the assembly line to remedy that.
Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, I see why In-N-Out pays their employees really well.
I would imagine Chick-fil-A is up there too.
Yeah.
And there's a level of service
that goes along with it. Absolutely. Well, and then you got kids that look good. They go in there. They're nice and tidy. Hair's the way it's supposed to be done. They have a little hat on. They cook in a window so everybody's watching. You can't be an idiot. You can't be a douche. You know what I mean? And that place is so busy that everybody there has to do their job. Because if not, you're gonna get that shit's gonna be so jammed up that you'll never get out from under it. You know what I mean? So everybody there's got to fire on all cylinders. And I think they must have a really good hiring process and training program to be able to maintain that even though they're switching people out, even though they have new hires, to be able to maintain that level of service because they never fail. They're always on point. Have you ever gone through a In-N-Out and gotten the wrong thing in the order?
No.
Have you ever gone through
almost did the last time we went.
Really?
Almost.
Have you ever gone and gotten anything?
No. Not that I know of. Not that I remember.
But then again, look at how simple their menu is.
That plays a big part too.
Even with their secret stuff, Animal Style is the biggest known secret ever.
Right.
No one's gonna forget that.
Yeah, it's not a fucking secret anymore,
yeah.
Right?
Not talking anything about In-N-Out workers because that spot is busy as fuck.
Yeah. What about, but like, how many times have we gotten the wrong order at McDonald's or Carl's Jr.'s or Del Taco or anywhere else?
All the time.
And that's why In-N-Out should pay more.
That's right. But that's what I'm getting at. Like,
how many times have you gone through a McDonald's late at night wanting an ice cream and our machine's broken?
Right? And it's mainly probably because they're either
cleaning it.
Yeah, they're getting ready to clean it, or they just cleaned it. so they don't want to help anybody out. You know what I mean? Like that machine doesn't go. McDonald's isn't going to have a machine that breaks down that fucking often.
You want to know the funny thing too about that? Is everybody knows that.
Yeah.
You rolling the dice if you really want an ice cream from McDonald's.
Yeah.
That the machine might be broken.
Even if it's not late at night. Even if you go in midday, it's broken, dude. It's down. Like, just tell me that you don't want to serve me ice cream. I'd rather you tell me that to my face.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, not going to happen, sir.
You know what I miss from McDonald's, though? Those deep-fried apple pies.
They don't have them anymore?
No, deep-fried. They're baked now.
Oh, really?
For health reasons.
You know what they have now, and I don't know if they serve them all the time. They have some that are cream cheese and strawberry filled.
I've seen those.
Oh, they're fucking delicious, dude.
No.
Fucking bomb, bro. What was the things you got yesterday from Taco Bell?
Oh, yeah, the Cinnabon balls. They're like donut holes that are filled with Cinnabon frosting.
Really?
Oh, my God. So good, dude.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, delicious.
Really?
And then fucking Del Taco has them caramel cheesecake chimichanga bites.
Also bomb.
Those are
Really?
good too, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't like that.
What part don't you like?
It doesn't sound right.
Because he said chimichanga?
Yeah, I think that fucked it up for me.
Well,
So I wouldn't even try it because of that.
it's a deep fried dessert burrito. What do you want?
You see, you just blew it again, burrito.
Good, more for me.
It's a Mexican wonton. Probably made it even worse, right?
It's a dessert Rangoon.
But back to my LA weekend.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
No. It's just something I just thought of. Back to me being old. We went out to a restaurant, an Italian spot, small, and it's one. They don't take like parties more larger than 4 people.
Okay.
It's so small that their biggest table is 4 people. That's it.
And it can't let you put them together and
Right. And they're so busy they don't need it.
Wow.
They had the music in this restaurant so loud
You can't talk to each
that
other?
you can't talk to each other. It was a bit much, right?
Well, they do that so that you don't sit around too long.
Yeah. I think so. I think my wife mentioned that.
Wow.
But both my wife and daughter were like, well, no, this is okay. I was like, you can't hear nobody talk. They're like, it's cool. It's good music. But you can't hear. It's too loud. You know it's too loud.
Oh, yeah.
You sound old as shit.
I was like,
Dog, it was loud, kid. I ain't gonna lie. And they'll say it was loud, but they just didn't seem to have a problem with it because they felt it made my wife feel youthful, if you will.
right.
But I was like,
But it
no,
made
this
you
is
feel
too
old
fucking
as shit.
loud. This is some bullshit up in here.
Tony said, can I get the manager over
Yeah.
here, please?
And
Tell the
dark,
kids in the back to
dog,
turn that
it was
fucking
dark
shit down.
in there.
Bro, ever since I got glasses, I hate dark restaurants. Like we had gone to,
You're old.
You guys are both old as fuck.
we went to, when we went to, where did we go for your birthday in Vegas?
Morton's?
We went to fucking Morton's, and we're sitting in the back. I had to look around. I got to turn my phone on and take out the light
Yeah.
so that I could see the fucking menu.
You know how there's settings on the fucking flashlight that turns the brightness down?
Yeah.
He had that shit on bright as fuck.
I can't
Like, hey,
see.
the rest of us are trying to look at our menus.
Wait, what was it? He's trying to give somebody Morse code?
Right?
Right? Bring me more bread.
Dog, this restaurant was dark. I was
Mad dark?
Mad dark.
Bro, we went to Las Casuelas Terrazas right there on fucking Palm
Oh,
Canyon.
yeah. But we went at night and we were outside. Who do you really blame for that?
Well, but I mean, it was fairly lit. Like it wasn't like,
In the spots that had ceiling.
yeah. Well, God didn't turn on enough fucking stars that night for me to read my fucking menu. Had to break out my light again.
And I had to read for your sister, too.
Dog.
Dude, it's crazy.
I wasn't being old. It was just
You were
too
being
loud.
old.
No, it was, dude. It was loud. It was like
You
a
were
club.
being old.
It was like a club.
That's why.
Dead ass.
That's why. You were being old. You don't hear yourself.
No, if I was in a club, it would be understandable. I'm in a restaurant. I want to be able to conversate with my old lady and my daughter.
You just didn't understand that restaurant was
It
bumping
was one
like
of
a
those things
club.
that they were talking. I was like, fuck it, I ain't even gonna listen. Because I'll be like, what?
That's a fucking restaurant for men. What is your problem? You go there because you don't want to hear the women talking.
Family.
So you just sit there and eat. Let them talk. And hey, cool. You know, jam out to the music. Maybe it's because it was the wrong music. What were they playing? No freestyle. No, you know. What I mean?
They were playing like newer music.
Oh, see, that's
Drake and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. See, if they'd have been playing your shit, you'd have been like, hey, this place
No,
is jumping.
if they had been playing my shit, I listen to the spots I know where I could be able to listen to, like in between the beats, because I know what part of the song's coming up next.
How long have you been DJing? or
Not
mixing?
DJing.
Yeah, how long have you not been DJing?
I don't know.
What got you into it?
Hearing somebody fuck it up, huh?
I don't know. What got me into it? I've always
Yeah.
liked music.
So yeah, but listening to anybody can listen to music, but I'm talking about you're sitting there and you're learning how to match beats and mixing songs that normally don't go together or they wouldn't go together. A certain place to put them, the rotation of how to put them. Like what made you want to? What drew you to that?
I don't know. I don't have an
Fuck
answer.
sakes.
Did you listen to radio when guys were mixing back in the day? Were you listening to fucking Michael Wright and
No.
on Power?
Not for the purpose of what they were actually doing, just for the purpose of listening to music. I don't know what. You know what I think it is? I think I started establishing a collection of music.
Okay.
And I was getting so much of it that I think it just evolved into how could I play it in a sense. If
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. So, do you remember the first two songs you tried to mix? I know that's probably an odd or hard question, but just out of curiosity.
No.
Do you remember what genre of music did you like? Start with freestyle
Yeah.
or
Yeah. I would have started with that.
Okay.
I do remember my first setup.
What'd you have?
I got it at Circus City in Palm Desert.
Oh wow. Okay.
It was a bullshit ass ION.
Okay.
It was a mixing thing for CDs, and you couldn't slow them down, but there was a fader in the middle.
So it was before you had the scratch pads on
Correct.
on the CDs.
Correct.
So you first learned how to do it with that. You didn't do actual records.
Correct.
Have you ever done actual records, or has it always been a digital form of music, whether it be that or actual digital?
It's always been digital.
Okay. Do you like doing it more on CD or better with Serato?
Oh, it's got to be Serato.
Why? Just out of curiosity.
No, I shouldn't say it got to be. Because on Serato, it's all the music's right there on your laptop versus having to switch out CDs or finding a CD and.
So, I've known music guys for a really long time, and I've seen how they categorize their music and how they fucking like. So for those of you that have never done or seen a DJ or how a DJ does some of their shit, like when they were doing records back in the day, they would put little pieces of tape, of white tape, on the record so that you know where to start it, where the beat was at, and then you didn't, like, you know, when you're kind of anal, you put them by alphabetical order, right? Most people would do that. But when you DJ, you organize them by beat count. Is that what you do with your digital catalog?
Yes, you pick them when you're in a specific BPM. You kind of tend to find songs in that general area.
And what does BPM stand for?
Beats per minute.
Okay. So when you're listening, and it's not always the bass drum, it's just it would kind of be like that, what's that fucking, that needle?
Oh, God.
Metronome.
Yeah, there you go.
Like a metronome, right? So you tick, 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 and there's different beat counts, right? So you have what, 4/6, 4/8. What are they? Do you know?
4/4.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones.
There's a bunch of different ones. Okay. And then, was there anybody ever that you listened to that you were like, "Fuck, I wish I could mix like that"? I know you really don't like talking about this because you're afraid people are going to call you and want to hire you. And Tony's not for sale. He doesn't DJ professionally out in the world, but he does it for himself. And it's interesting because I've worked with a lot of people and I've seen people, and he mixes really, really well. But he still doesn't want to go out and do it in the public. So don't call and ask. There you go.
Okay, there was a badass DJ called DJ AM.
Okay.
And he was bad. He was...
Where was he from?
I think he's from California.
Yeah.
He OD'd, so...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But he was bad.
And did you ever learn how to do, like, the different style of scratching? Were you into that kind of shit?
No.
Or just...
No.
You were just more about beat
Just
matching
mixing,
and going?
mixing songs together.
Did you ever make stop and play cassettes? Mixtapes like that?
No, but I do have recordings of when I first started. I recorded like sets.
Oh, okay.
And the funny thing is, I did it when I first started. I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
But so when I listen to the ones where I first started, they're so whack that maybe that's why I don't do it anymore. I don't know. I'll listen to it every once in a while and laugh.
But bro, you should, because I mean, it's got to show you your progression from where you were then and where you are now. You know what I mean? And
I'll tell you what. I'll give you one.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll give you one,
Okay.
and maybe you could put it on as an episode, and you could see
Why?
listen to how whack it was.
We can do that, and if you want, so you have them, and you can give them to your kids at some point.
No.
I have a way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have a way to make them digital. I can turn them into digital files from cassette.
No, I have it digital. I have it I have it on my phone right now.
Oh, okay, cool, perfect. Because I have a bunch of. I think I got like 3 boxes of cassettes from when I was on air. Where you can go back and I can go back from like the day I started to almost my last day in radio, and I could hear my progression and the shit that we were doing back then. So I'm gonna turn all those into digital files before they go bad in the garage if they haven't already.
Like even the recording of it that I have is like whack, hella whack.
Like,
but it was before Serato. It was my CDs, and what I had to do was take like a RCA out of my mixer into my laptop, and I don't even think it was a laptop at the time. It might have been a like a monitor, because I wasn't using laptops.
Oh wow!
So it's just like really muffled. It's like really low, but you can still hear it.
Right.
It's just, and the other thing is, I took too long to come in. I took too long to go out. I messed up a couple of times. It's just kind of funny.
So like, when you do these events for friends, right?
Right.
And it's a small pocket of friends. Again, he doesn't want to do it for you, so don't fucking call. Do you plan? Are there like most DJs that I know they do sets.
Right.
So when they go out, wherever you go, most of the time it's a certain blocks of songs that they play, and they mix them up by hours so that it's not playing the same songs all the time.
Right.
But they are just in a different order. Do you do that?
No.
You just play whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever comes at you.
Yeah. Like for example, I guess if we're going to talk about this.
Right.
Rob was cracking on me when I was going to DJ New Year's.
Okay, why?
Because he says that I always play too much Madonna. And so I started thinking about it. I was like, I don't play too much Madonna. But, I guess it was true to an extent. Like, I might play Madonna every time I DJ.
Okay.
And maybe more than one song. But I'm not going to play 10 songs of Madonna in one night.
Right.
I might play 2, maybe 3. In a 3-hour span, 4-hour span. Number 1, because I like Madonna.
Right.
Number 2, my old lady really likes Madonna, and I'm playing really for her.
Right.
And so, what's wrong with Madonna? So for New Year's, when he was cracking on me, I said, okay. The first like 4 or 5 songs was straight up Madonna. And then when I felt like I proved my point, whatever last Madonna song I played, whatever was in that BPM, whatever would have sounded good with it coming next, that's where I kind of went off and running.
Is there any kind of music, or is there an artist that you won't play?
I mean, you can't. I can't mix country if that's what you're talking about.
No, I'll just
But no, I wouldn't say no.
What's your favorite kind of music to mix?
My favorite kind of music to mix is freestyle.
Okay.
However, it's not necessarily what I necessarily like to play.
Right.
You say what's easiest?
That-
What I like to mix because that's kind of easy.
That's kind of what when you said that, I thought, it's because it's a lot of the beats are probably
yeah,
the
they're pretty
BPM
much
is
the
probably the
same.
same,
Yeah.
right? So
They're
it's hard to fuck that up.
Yeah.
Because there's bro, I've heard some fucking train wrecks in my life. Let me tell you. And motherfucker, like, they'll go and they'll get it almost right, and then they hit the power on the record that they're coming out of, so that you can't hear when they miss the beat. Ooh, into the next song. Like there's all kinds of stupid little tricks that people have done throughout the years but I haven't really heard you mix or not mix. I haven't heard you scratch, and I haven't heard you do any of those stupid tricks. And your beats have always been. I mean, there was one, right? There was one night there was a train wreck, but other than that, you've done pretty good, dude. I mean, it's funny because, like I said, I've heard people. I mean, fuck, almost 10 years in radio, I've heard people that have played, and it's just like, oh my God, what are you doing?
There's one night, it was actually at Luis's son's birthday party. And he had family down from Mexico. So they wanted to listen to a lot of Mexican music, which was fine. You know,
Right.
I can't mix that stuff. I would just play one song and then play the next.
Right.
And then after about maybe half an hour of that, 40 minutes, then I started playing English music. And then after about maybe 8 minutes in, which is about
2-3 songs.
15 songs,
8 minutes and you played 15 songs?
2 minutes a song.
God damn.
No, it's like, no, let me backtrack. Maybe 20 minutes.
Okay.
I played, let's say, 12 songs.
Okay.
12 to 15.
Back to Mexican music.
Back to Mexican music. Hold on. Let me start the story again. I played about 20 minutes worth of Mexican music.
Okay.
Then I started playing English music. I play about maybe, let's say, 2 minutes a song.
Okay.
So after about 8 songs, let's say 15 minutes worth,
Okay.
I started to get into the groove. Things started to come together. And then they come back and say, can you play more Mexican music? Oh. And I was just like, and I think Ivan was right next to me. And I looked at Ivan and I was like, I was just getting in my groove. And Ivan was kind of like, yeah, you were.
Right.
I mean, it was like coming together really well, you know. And it's one of those things every DJ will say they hate taking requests
Yes.
because it just throws a monkey wrench in the whole thing.
Right.
Because either you don't do it and you just keep doing what you're doing, or you kind of like pump the brakes and throw
what
the
they
song,
want.
and then it's just like, oh man, I was just feeling it right now.
How often do you think you practice?
Not often enough.
No. If somebody were to tell you that they wanted to start, what would you tell them? Where should they start?
You mean like what to buy, or?
Yeah, like would you suggest they start with vinyl? Should they start with CDs or go straight to Serato?
Well, you would have to go straight to Serato, and now they got it to where you could like pay a monthly fee for songs, and you don't own the songs, but you could play them off your Serato system.
So
Which
it's
is-
like Spotify for your
Exactly, and
Holy
you
sh-
could mix, you could pause and rewind, everything.
Really?
Yeah, and new music, old music, It's a trip. But again, it's one of those things that you have to have good Wi-Fi. I mean, so wherever if that's what you're doing, if you're doing it in your bedroom, you're fine because you got Wi-Fi. But if you try going out, you got to make sure this place you got has Wi-Fi and all that kind of good stuff. You're taking a chance by doing it that way.
Or you got to buy yourself a hotspot, right? Or make sure your phone
stuff like that.
Wow.
But yeah, you could buy a nice little cheap mixer for like $300. Then the Serato program is probably $100, $150 now.
Well, that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
How much money do you think you've spent over the years, if you don't mind me asking? How much money do you think you've spent on buying your first equipment to the latest? How much do you think you've spent in total? So let me ask you this real quick before you answer. When did you first start mixing? What year? So we kind of know how long.
Yeah, I bought my own stuff.
Yeah.
2005, maybe.
So about 15 years, 16, 18 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so over 18 years.
A lot, kid.
Yeah?
Yeah. Probably, I don't know.
Now,
A lot.
yeah.
30.
Do you ever wish that you had pushed harder and wanted to and tried to do it professionally or for whatever? Is there any part of you that would want to do that?
Professionally?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
So not going out and doing parties or weddings or anything like that?
No.
Really? The one thing I don't see you do is talk on the mic between songs or anything like that.
Yeah, you know what it is? Because I don't do it often enough, I concentrate really hard.
Mm.
So, and I don't want to mess up.
Right.
It's almost like the except for like parties amongst the friends.
Right.
When I do other things, it's almost like I feel so responsible for bringing the music that I concentrate too hard on it.
Yeah, I mean you're pretty anal about shit when you do shit. So I could see that because I've seen you sitting there concentrating because I know, and Rob, we love you. Just relax. That's probably got to be hard when he's up there because he's talking to you constantly, and I see you like trying to figure out like the next song, and he's in your ear. Does that kind of bother you? Don't get offended, Rob. It's not a big deal. It's just a question.
Not in those situations because we're just partying.
Right.
But in a situation to where, because I've actually done weddings.
Okay.
And if people want to start talking to me, it's like I'm working right now.
Right.
So I don't want to be a dick and talk to you, but I am literally working right now.
Right. Have you ever mixed drunk?
Yes.
Easier or harder?
It's easier mixing buzzed than drunk.
Right, because the music probably you feel it a little bit more.
Yeah,
Right?
well,
Like,
again, it takes the edge off.
right.
I'm not, so anal about it. But I've done stuff to where, you know how you were saying it's Serato, so it's a music program, and when you're playing on one side, let's say you're playing your left turntable, you load a song onto your right one
Right.
and get it ready. Well, I've done it where I've loaded them onto the song that I'm actually playing.
Oh wow.
So it'll just, because it's computerized, it just automatically switches, and I'm like, oops, that's really bad.
Oh yeah, that's tough. Everybody's like, what the fuck? Somebody bumped the table. Switch. What was the biggest mistake you've made mixing that?
I'll tell you the biggest mistake I've made,
Okay.
DJing.
Okay.
I DJ'd a wedding for a cousin. They had not a big wedding party, but they had, where I had to, now welcome Mike and Molly, da-da-da. So it was both our mistakes. They didn't give me a sheet on who everybody was.
Oh, no.
And so I think I was doing it off a phone. They might have texted it to me or something along those lines.
Right.
And it was my mistake for not writing it down.
Right. Not checking. Okay.
Right. So it turns out they had the groom, the cousin of a cousin was the bride. So the groom, like in a sense, I'm related to the bride.
Okay.
So the groom, I didn't know him or anything like that.
Okay.
Apparently, he had two brothers, and they were both best men.
Oh wow.
And I only called out one of them. So like the bridal party was coming, I called them all out, and then it came time to the best man, and I called them out. And then it was like, okay, now the bride and groom, welcome to what? And then the best man says, hey man, you forgot my brother. He's another best man too.
Oh,
and I'm looking at my phone, and I was like, oh shit, I did miss him. So I had to call him out, and that was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
And this is what I mean by I take it too seriously. I mean, this is their wedding.
Right.
You know, it's like, damn. But again, it's one of those. I always say this: you get what you pay for. Because I don't charge.
Right.
You know, and when they ask me, because I get relatives that ask me for stuff all the time, and I tell them if it's something like a wedding, I'll say, look, it's your wedding. You really should pay for somebody. I'll be more than happy to do it. But I'm just gonna let you know right now. You really should. This is something that's important. You really probably should pay for somebody.
Right. Because what they're looking for is a $150 DJ. And you're not that, first of all. Let me say that. Second of all, what?
Damn.
What?
Like that?
What?
I can't even charge $150?
No, that's chicken scratch, bro. You should, if you're doing a wedding and you're DJing,
You made it sound negative.
Oh, no.
You're no $150 DJ, Tony. Don't even worry about
I'm
it.
not a $150 DJ, dude. Like, they shouldn't even come at you and offer you anything like that. Like, it should be, like, if you're doing it for a friend, $500. Think about it, dude. You're packing up early. You're taking all your fucking equipment. You're setting up. You're there well until after everybody's gone, because now you got to break your shit down and you got to go back the next day to pick it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Your time is worth a lot, not to mention now you're talking about your time and you're talking about a skill that other people don't have or they wouldn't fucking come to you. Right? $500 minimum. Easy.
Yeah.
But a wedding, an important day like that, hey, you should really hire somebody that does this professional. But if you want me, I'll $1,500, $2,500, whatever it is you're going to do. Now, in that case, you're going to have to step it up and be that $2,500 guy. And it's not just about mixing. For me, I've seen a guy that does fucking weddings out here, and the dude is fucking phenomenal. He balloons and he's got everybody on the floor and he's got the place shaking, right? So there's more to it than just the DJing. But when I say that you're not a $150 DJ, is that when somebody calls because they're looking for a DJ, they want to hook up. They want somebody that's going to come play some music in the backyard. Hey, dude, I'll give you $150. Dude, $150, you're not doing me a fucking favor. You're wasting my fucking day for $150. You see what I'm saying? That's what I meant. I didn't mean that negative. So I'm sorry if you took it that way. That's not what I meant. I was trying to pay you a compliment.
And when they, don't get me wrong, when they know what I can do.
Right.
And they like what I do. But I pretty much, I tell them, I appreciate that. Like what you're saying, you're good.
Right.
I to an extent, I am. But I tell them, you should get a guy that has a backup laptop. What happens if my laptop crashes?
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
You got no music.
Yeah. Whereas a professional would have a backup laptop.
Right.
What happens if his lights go out? He's got other lights. My set is my set.
Or you got friends that have lights. Or, yeah.
It's like, hey.
Yeah, because they're all in the community, yeah.
Another reason why I don't do it more often or professionally, if you will, is because out here the market dictates a lot more Spanish music. And I don't have that. a lot more Spanish music and the different genres of Spanish. Was it banda?
Oh yeah, bachata,
Yeah,
corridos.
yeah.
Yeah. I that makes a lot of sense.
And that's a big one out here. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably do it more often.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. There's got to be a way to narrow your, like if you were to market it, there's got to be a way to narrow it down to where it would be what you're looking for or the kind of music that you want.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I think if I wanted to, I think I could do something. But my time is past.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's past. It's just, it's not for you at this point. You know what I mean? Like, because there comes a lot with, DJing and all that bullshit. Like, girls, there's just a lot to it. You're out late at night, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Like,
my cousin, who's involved in a lot of, she used to be involved in a lot of charities and stuff like that. She gave a lot of her time. My cousin Urban. She used to always have a cancer
walk.
No, not a walk, like a benefit.
Okay.
So I would DJ that like once or twice a year.
Okay.
I was always doing it, and that was good. But like you said, I was there early. I had to get one of those. I had to get shoes with proper soles in them because you stand for like so many hours.
Oh yeah.
Dude, by the end of the night, my back was stiffening up. And then you got to pack everything up. And this is when I used to have the big, heavy speakers that I'd have to put on tripods.
Oh yeah, Jesus. But and that's the thing. I don't think people don't consider all that shit when they're looking for the hookup with the DJ, because it's a lot of fucking work, dude. You know what I mean? Not to mention even if we set aside your time, the amount of money that you spend on that fucking equipment and making sure the shit's dialed in for that day, your prep time for that, like, that, now you're talking, that's big, right? It's not just hey, show up and plug into the power and let's go. It's a lot of work. There's a lot to it, you know what I mean? So, anybody calls you for a hookup, I'm not a $150 DJ, bro. Fuck that. Mingo set me straight. We're good.
The gigs that I got that paid, I should have probably gotten a lot more, but I was more than happy than what they gave me.
Man.
Like I did one wedding, like $750, I think.
We used to when I lived up in Bakersfield, they would call me to come out and host high school dances. So they would say, we want a DJ, blah, 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 and we're looking for somebody to kind of host it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and they're like, well, can you give us a good price? I said, yeah, $1,500. And so I would call my boy, hey, dude, you want to come mix? And we're going to be at this high school, blah, blah, blah. And I had like 5 or 6 different guys I could call because they were everybody from the radio station. And we just split whatever I get. I get the check, I'll give you your half, and we'd call it a day. And so I did that for extra money all the time, dude. They would call me. I did one high school, and it just fucking snowballed from there. It was almost every weekend during fucking, you got to go do this high school, you got to go do that high school. Oh, fuck, man. I want to do high schools. Where's the fucking, why can't I go do the strip joints? Just kidding.
We know why.
Yeah, right. But yeah, dude, that's cool. I mean, because there's not a lot of people that, there's probably a lot more people that want to do it that don't know how to do it or don't know how to get started or whatever. And there's definitely a talent to it, and not everybody can do it. So that's cool. Gotta bring that up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I take that as a compliment.
Happy birthday. Sebastian, do you have any final words?
No, I'm good.
You good? Mm-hmm. All right. T-Bone?
Yeah, it's been a busy 2 weeks that we've been off.
Yeah, it has. It's been crazy, huh?
Let me get to my notes right quick. All right. First of all, my daughter Going to Mardi Gras
Ooh.
Friday for a week. So, hope she has a good time. Be careful. She flies out Friday. She's going with her sorority sisters. 5 girls. Rented 1 hotel room.
And you better come back with all the beads you go with.
She's taking two pieces of luggage.
Damn.
2 pieces of luggage.
And I could
a
imagine all of them are taking 2 pieces of luggage.
Why?
Dude,
There
they
goes the one room.
got outfits.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing outfit change, shoes for every outfit, makeup, the whole 9.
Jeez almighty.
One of the bags is just makeup.
5 girls, 1 room.
Dude, they'll never be able to leave.
That's their plan. There's like, we just going back to change and lay our heads for a couple hours, and then we back out.
How long are they there for?
A week. And they got shit planned every day.
How are they going to 5 girls, 1 room, how are they going to fucking shower?
They think they can do
Someone's got to get up 5 hours early.
it. Yo, they're going, I don't know if it's one of those hydroplaning boats.
Oh, yeah, the airboats?
Yeah, to go look at crocodiles and stuff out in the, yeah, they're gonna be doing all that kind of stuff. Dude, she's taking a cooking class out there.
Oh, tell her, please learn how to make gumbo. Please learn how to make gumbo.
I mean, it's like they legitimately they've planned all these days, and then nights are just bars and all that kind of good stuff.
Have you ever had alligator?
No, I don't like it.
Oh, dude.
I
It's
heard
fucking bomb.
the cruise we take every year.
Yeah?
They majority of the time, one of the things on the menu is gator fritz, I think it's called.
Gator Fritz?
It's
So is it like nuggets?
Yeah, kind of, if you will.
It's probably supposed to be pronounced Gator Frites.
Yeah.
Gator fritz.
Frites? Okay, yeah, fried gator.
Yeah.
Good job.
Another high five moment, 2-in-1 podcast.
Yeah.
So,
wanna
anyways,
fucking roll.
hope she has a good time. Be
Yeah.
careful out there.
Yeah, enjoy yourself. Be careful. If you need anything, let your dad know. I know some people out there that can help you out.
Last Friday was my niece Jackie's birthday. So happy birthday,
Happy
Jackie.
late birthday.
Happy birthday, Jackie.
Last Sunday was Luis's wife's birthday. It was quite the milestone. I'm not gonna say what it was, but happy birthday, Melissa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
This past Monday, 2 days ago,
Okay.
my buddy James, he turned 52. He's the first one to go.
Ooh. James, you old.
Don't say he's the first one to go. Jesus.
Yeah, right?
So happy birthday, Jess.
Happy birthday, homie.
Same Monday, Manuel's little brother Wicho, he turned 49.
Yeah, really? I thought there was a bigger gap between him and us.
Boy, this is 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
So happy birthday, Wicho.
Happy birthday, man.
Yesterday on Valentine's Day, listener Raymond Magana, his birthday, he turned 32, so he got a double whatever he got. Valentine's Day and his birthday.
Got chocolates and some clothes.
Happy birthday, Raymond.
Happy birthday.
This coming Friday, Steven's daughter, Mariah, she turns 14, kid.
Wow, dude.
14. Happy birthday, Mariah.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
This Saturday, Luis's first daughter, little Melissa, she turns 23. So happy birthday, Melissa.
Happy birthday.
And that same day, I believe that's your birthday, right?
No,
Sunday?
I said Saturday.
Oh, my bad.
Yes, Sunday will be my birthday.
Turning a whopping
52.
Woo wee.
So I'm the second to go. So happy birthday to me. Thursday of last week, Champ's sister's daughter. So my niece's daughter, Champ's niece. Mia turned 12 last Thursday. Happy birthday, Mia.
Happy birthday.
I think that's it.
That's it.
That was a lot.
What do you got going on this coming weekend for your birthday?
I don't think anything. James is in town, actually.
Oh, okay.
We're going out to dinner, I believe Friday. Yes, we are going out to dinner on Friday.
Nice.
And I was thinking about that too. He is actually like my first real friend when I moved to California. So him and I have been friends since the 5th grade.
Oh wow. Okay.
How old are you when you're in 5th grade? What's the average age?
8.
Yeah, probably.
So but we've been like close friends.
Right? Is that right?
I think so.
Well, no, because you have to be 5 when you go into kindergarten. So 10, since you were 10.
Since we were 10.
About 10
Say
years old, yeah.
Yeah, 5th grade.
Right on.
And it's just a trip how, we were really tight. Elementary school, obviously. Middle school. High school, we kind of lost touch because he got into sports. I didn't.
Right.
I met you guys. Then
You're blaming all of us.
and so
Not me.
Our circles changed, if
Right.
you will. But we were always cool. I mean, it's not like, but on the weekends, I hung out with you guys and he hung out with,
The jocks.
yeah. And so then he went to college. But every summer when he would come back, we'd hang out, like nothing.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's a cool relationship to have, a good friendship to have like that.
Then he got married. I got married. Our kids are the same gender at the same age. They got along. We'd go visit him in Arizona once or twice a year. Whenever they come out here, we'd hang out. So yeah, it's a trip. So 10, I'm 50, so that's like 40 years.
Oh wow.
That's a trip.
Yeah, that's a big trip, dude. I don't think there's anybody in my life that was, I guess but even then she's not really in my life. Like Margaret, because she was about 5 when we met her. That was probably she's about the only one that's still around, I think, that I would call a friend. You know what I mean? So, which I'm cool with them. I'm trying to peel the layers back. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No?
No.
No, I'm just like, there's nobody around that.
Your realtor?
Oh yeah, her too. You remember her, right?
Yeah.
Angela?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again,
How does that feel, Angela?
It's one of those things that, like, when we go out to visit them, I think I said this before, like, our wives and kids will go to the mall, go hang out for the day, and him and I would just stay home, stay at his house, play dominoes the entire day.
Just bullshit all day long.
Yeah.
That's a trip. Yeah, I never really had a chance to. I know him. You know what I mean? I know his name. I know who he is. He knows who I am. But not like we never hung out or had anything in any kind of common or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That I know of. I mean, we never. But I remember never hanging out with any of those guys. I think Rick was probably the one that I talked to the most, but we always talk shit to each other anyways, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was probably the one I talked to the most. Him and Gene Lavely, remember him?
Uh-huh, yeah, Little Mean Gene.
Yeah, he's supposed to be coming out. Or he already came and went back, but he said he was coming out, wanted to hang out, so we'll see. All right, cool deal. Hey, well, thank you everybody so much for listening. Appreciate it. Love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.